Hi, I thought I would make a short video on something I've just figured out how to do, and I've been wondering how to do it for a while, and that is to get a stream of MIDI data out of Logic that's representing the audio level of one of the channels in there. Now, this is kind of difficult to do normally because Logic doesn't allow plugins to output MIDI, but it does allow them to output automation data, and this is how we're going to fiddle it so we can get a MIDI stream. Now, I use this for driving visuals and lighting and stuff like that. And I know there are other ways of doing this, specifically by listening to the audio stream itself. And most of these pieces of software are audio reactive. But if you want multiple channels of that kind of thing, then it's a little bit more difficult. You have to get into using Soundflower and stuff like that, and throwing audio around. I mean, sometimes you just want a stream of MIDI. So here's how to do that. Let's start by creating a drummer track, just so we have any old audio source. Whoa, I'm going to turn you down a bit. We're going to use a third-party plugin, one that I find very useful. It's called Bidule, and it's a modular processing environment, if you like. You can run it as a standalone, but it also runs as a plugin, so you can use it inside Logic. Right now, the default layout is just that these are the inputs. So this is actually coming down this channel strip and out of the compressor in here, and there's a little mixer, and it goes straight out of the output. So if I play this, you can see this slider affects the audio level. It also has, if anyone likes to mess around with anything, then I would suggest getting this, because it's really flexible. It's kind of like Max and Pure Data, the same kind of thing, but I just like this one a lot better. What we're going to do is take the audio data which comes from Logic, and we're going to expose it to the rest of the objects in Bidule as a parameter. The way you do that is to use a modulation parameter modulator. Pretty simple. Connect. We're just going to use the left side, but you could blend these two or use both of them, use either of them. We're going to change this minimum to 0 because we only want the top half of the wave. We want our numbers to go from 0 to 1. And then we're going to make a variable from the building blocks math group. This is a simple value that goes from 0 to 1. Using this parameters window, we're going to link this parameter modulator to the value of the variable, which is pretty easy to do. Select the source, select the target, hit link. Now when we play, you can see this representing the maximum audio level of the track. It's kind of a bit jerky. It kind of looks like an audio meter, but not quite. So we're going to put some decay on it by using an envelope follower, which you can find in the building blocks, envelopes, envelope follower. I'm going to put that in between the audio input and our parameter modulator. We're going to give it a fast attack, and we're going to give it a release about a second and a half. Now it's going to look more like the way a level meter behaves. It's going to decay. It's going to make our MIDI data a little bit more sensible. The good thing about this, of course, is that you can always just tune anything in here. There's plenty of math functions. You can do all kinds of processing on the signal, whatever you like. Now, here comes the other part, which is getting MIDI out of here and into Logic's environment. And we do this with automation parameters, which we can find in here. It's a kind of an odd way around of doing it, but see all these parameters of the plugin, and normally you can see them in here. These are parameters, automation parameters, and then you can assign with this parameters window, you can link these to any target inside Bidgel, so you can automate them from outside Logic. But this also has the effect of outputting fader messages from the channel strip in Logic, which are a message internal to Logic. You may have used them before. It basically lets you control or look at the value of parameters of any plugin. So we're going to link the value, which is our audio level, to parameter 1. Go. And then we're going to bring up an environment window. There we go. All right. The MIDI monitor here. So these fader messages, you may have seen these before, but any parameter of any plugin you manipulate usually gives you a fader message. You can actually feed these fader messages into the plugin and change the parameters from the environment, which is kind of handy. If we play now, we can see values coming out on channel 5, which means it's the fifth plugin, I think. This one counts as the first one. 2, 3, 4. So maybe it's one more. Anyway, you can also see the notes from the drummer, but we'll ignore those for the minute. Let's make a fader to act as a kind of a level meter. We're going to input fader messages, channel 5, number 0, and there you go. It's a pretty fast stream of MIDI data. Actually, you can see as I think that's at least 50, 60 hertz or something. So you can do this multiple times with multiple channels and get multiple level feeds to send out to any other piece of software. Actually, you can do it from inside Bidgel as well. This can actually transmit OSC, so if that's more what you like using, that's easier. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this rambling, and I'll see you next time, if there is a next time.